Hey y'all, it's Jen. Since the last time I made a video, I finally came up with a clever name for my site, calling it Gen Xers Hangout. Kind of made it generic because I may do more than just planning videos. Probably do maybe some leadership stuff, productivity stuff, medically related stuff. Also may do some videos on my bariatric journey. So I wanted to keep it kind of generic in that way. But you're in luck. If you're here for planner content, today's your day. I've got something for you. So I'm going to do a flip through of what I've done in 2021. So, in case you didn't see one of my other videos, I did a video when I first started this channel on what my planner journey was up until this point. So just a quick brief thing. So in January of 2021, I went to Michael's. This was on clearance. It's basically some pre-printed type things. So I got to about May on this, May or June, and kind of didn't go any further than that. So I need to look a little further on this, like at my goals that I said, to see how many of these I met and how many of these I needed to add to this year's goals. But anyway, so that's how I started. And so then I got distracted and thought that I might try to do one of these other A5 size planners. And this one, of course, because it's purple, this is my signature color, it caught my eye. So this is the Legend Planner, and it has a lot of good goal setting whatnot in the front that I never really got around to doing. So I did a little bit. One of the things two things I didn't like about this planner. One, it was too small for me to really do any good planning in. The second thing was that it had all of the monthlies together in one part and then all of the weekly sections together in one part instead of having it month, week. I realized as I went on that having the monthlies and the weeklies separated did not work for me at all. So this one went bye-bye. This lasted to probably May or June. I can't remember. Then this one caught my eye. It is the Smart Planner. I thought, well, the last one, maybe I was wrong about the size. Maybe if I tried this. But again, all the monthlies were in the front and all of the weeklies were in the back. What I did like about this is that it was a vertical hourly. So that kind of worked for me. But again, not big enough. Not big enough for what it is. So there's two planners down the drain. Okay. So finally in July, I got on the Happy Planner bandwagon. I had done Happy Planner, dabbled in it years ago. I guess it was before I knew that there was a community on YouTube or anywhere else. So I guess it just didn't catch on at the time. But once I started watching videos and started seeing how other people use it, it kind of opened up a new world for me. So I ended up getting a couple of different layouts before I really knew what I was doing. One layout that I got was just the monthly layout, where it has the monthly and then it has some bullet pages in the back. I didn't realize that's what I got when I got it. The other one I got was a wellness planner, which, of course, as you know, the wellness layout is very specific as to how it goes. So I did, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing, but I tried. And then I did eventually get a couple of other planners. So I tried different layouts, and actually the whole second half of 2021 was a big O experiment to see what layouts are going to work with what. So This is the second half of the year. I kind of archived it all on extender disc because it was that big. So I'll do a quick flip through of what I was thinking at the time. So I ended up getting a dashboard layout, which I actually enjoyed because I liked having a place on the side like this to where you could, you know, do quotes or in your lists and whatnot. And then over here, this is what I used for my catch-all for a while. Then there's the wellness layout I was telling you about. It kind of worked for me for a while. I did pretty good with it. All told, I think I actually did pretty good with it there. And then I had just a traditional layout here that I gonna start using for. I use this as I called it my personal development section, where I was gonna have school and work and my professional organization that I'm in. But since it was July, nothing was going on. I did start using it more for works, ordered my textbooks for the semester, that kind of stuff. So, and this is all work related stuff, like more like my hours and maybe just some meetings or things that I ended up having to do. I have a totally different planner at work that I keep at work because sometimes when I'm making notes about a patient, it's got protected health information in it, so it goes nowhere outside of my office. It gets put away every night, and I don't go into any details. It's usually just a name, but that's enough to make a problem. So I put it away every night. It's more for like a checklist of things I need to do for a particular patient or situation or whatever, but I leave that at work. So this is really just all stuff like meetings and whatnot. So that was that. Then I ended up adding another vertical layout and started doing some home planning, like cleaning schedules, that sort of thing. Did that kind of stuff. More wellness planner stuff. I really got into washi, as you can see. I still like washi. I'll probably always use washi to a certain degree. And this is my professional development one where school finally started in August. It starts, it starts next week according to this. So I did those kind of things. And then use this still as a catch-all planner. Then I started doing where I would add some memory keeping type things. Like I went out with my girlfriends to do painting with the twist, so I printed out a photo for that and would do little bitty photos like that here and there. Eventually, though, in this planner, I started doing more of the memory keeping type things in the dashboard layouts. Like in September, in the middle of September, I decided to make this more of a memory keeper where I made notes over here on this side about the day, and then I added some photos over here. It kind of worked for a bit. I actually like it. Now looking through it again, I actually like it. Started doing more of that. Went and painted some more stuff. Picture of my front porch for that. So, and then I started getting a little bit more into memory keeping, and I tried it doing the vertical layout where I made notes about things going on. Like I went to the dentist that day, had Taco Tuesday with my girlfriends. One of my best friends moved to Nashville. One of my other friends had a bridal shower, and then we also got to see a musical. My husband and I did. We enjoyed this. So this worked for a little bit, and I kind of like the fact that this is all filled up with stuff. So that was pretty cool. And then I kind of got off the track of using this for a memory planner. So, and then September, more of the same. This is my professional development one. I keep lists on the side for school, things I needed to get done. So there was that. Okay, so in September, I changed things up a little bit. Decided to start using the teacher layout to do health, to try to do like a catch-all. So this is how I started doing it. The top, there's 5. Okay, let me back up in case you haven't ever seen a teacher layout. So if a traditional, if this is done in the traditional way, the typical school week is 5 days a week, so Monday through Friday, and then across the top the teacher would put the subjects, and she would have 7 columns for different subjects, and she could put her plans here. She or he, they, I'll make it they, that's easier, they can put their plans in there. Well, I wanted to have a space to put the weekends, so I just kind of saw it on 2 or 3 different channels where they flipped the layout, made the dates up here and the topics over here. So this is before I got stickers that I could do this with, but I redated up here and then I covered up with stickers here. So up here was my schedule. This is where I put health and wellness, like my weight and my other vital signs there. What our meals were, and then cleaning. As you could see, I didn't do any cleaning. And then here I didn't know what I was going to put. So this kind of just took some development over time. I figured out the next week to add activity to it so I could monitor my steps and such. But as you see, it was getting more and more crowded all the time. So and then I also started keeping my budget planner in here, and I'm not going to show you that because it's, it's real numbers, and you don't need to know all that about me. I'm not that transparent. But I decided for this year I'm doing something totally different with the budget, so I'm going to skip all that part. Okay, and let's see. So I ended up going with my dashboard layout being more of a memory keeper again, because it seemed to work pretty well, and I liked kind of the way it turned out. It was good. And then this way I could do like 2 or 3 pages of a whole weekend. I went to a meditation weekend in Tennessee back in the end of October, and it was great. So I wanted to chronicle the trip that way. That was pretty cool. Let's see, and then this is my professional development one, where I kept track of everything for work and school and my professional organization, that kind of thing. So back to the teacher layout for this kind of stuff. I enjoyed redating and all this stuff. That I enjoyed. It was kind of therapeutic for me. And I could change it up a little bit if I wanted to. I kept going there and I kept going there. Okay. And so finally in November, I started taking advantage of my currently pages. I never really did anything with them before, but I made some notes about some things, doctor's appointments here, my brother's birthday, that sort of thing. And then remember me telling you about the monthly layout has these dot like lists, checklists. So let me I think I have a blank one I can show you, so I can show you what they look like before you use them. So they look like this. They look like this. It'll have the month at the top right here, and then there's a place where you can put your list or whatever. So they're designed to where there's a set of dots for every day of the month. Like the August one had 31 sets of dots. November only had 30, that kind of thing. I didn't start using these in August, that's why I still have it, but I think I might be able to repurpose that at some point. So anyway, so I started using that, and this is actually the thing I look at the most in my planner, because I can put everything like that. It also comes with not only just the dots, but after all the dots are done, then there's some note pages after that as well, and then it usually ends up with the next currently page after that. So like I said, I didn't start using that right away, but I'm going to try to maybe repurpose those at some point. But as you can, this isn't pretty at all. Not meant to be pretty, it's meant to be functional. So anyway, I use that a lot. And then I started doing notes about, trying to do a planner lineup. I knew I needed to make some changes, so I started brain dumping on these to do. So so November, kept doing the memory keeping. My friends got married. Veterans Day, there's my husband. Got boosted. Some of this stuff you might have seen in my other things. So and then the kept this as a catch-all kind of thing. This archive is all kind of wonky and out of order, by the way, just because I wish I had been archiving along the way rather than what I was doing, the way I was doing it. I just put everything on these expander discs today, and I realized that if I do that for 2022, I'm going to have to do like 2 sets of discs because it's not all going to fit. But this is good for now anyway. So but I finished November. I actually, for the course I was taking in school, it was a theater appreciation. It was a humanities class. I needed to finish my Associate of Arts degree. I got 99.80% in the class, so I think I passed, which means it was the last class I needed to graduate, so I did graduate. Yeah, 99.8%. I even documented it there, so that was cool. And let's see, more budget stuff that I'm not gonna show. I kind of fell off the budget wagon only because I was using the ones for Happy Planner. I didn't like it. I'm not really a rainbow girl, and this was like an extension pack to see how I didn't like it. I'll just leave it at that. It just wasn't for me. So but what I did start doing in November, which I love and I love to do, is I called this my inspiration or my spirit section. A faith planner. It's not exactly a faith planner because I use it more. I don't always necessarily ascribe to Christian things. I'm open spiritually. I was raised Christian, but I am open to other schools of thought and other things like that. So this could have anywhere from quotes to scripture to spiritual teachers to just anything. Anyway, so sometimes I would get my inspiration from one of the Happy Planner stickers and write about that. It just really depends on what's going on, but I love making it colorful. I washi the crap out of it. I don't care. I use all these things, and it really makes me happy when I do this. So anyway, so that's a new section that I've started. And then I started doing this is really the first currently page that I ever really truly decorated. I used Kellival plans from her Dated Basics book. I used one of these. Decided to put everything on here that we were gonna do for this month. The only thing left is to take our anniversary trip to St. Simon's in a couple of days. I'm excited about that. But, you know, there's my daily task list, added a few cute little stickers. I put the other one in my new planner. And then I went back to kind of making this more of a my catch-all and making appointments and lists, that sort of thing. And because I've gotten away from making this a memory planner, and I'm actually going to use a proper memory planner. But I love being able to do things like using scrapbook paper, and just, it was fun. This is a lot of fun to do. I enjoyed it very much. And then, all of our plans for Christmas, that kind of thing. I did a New Year's page with my word for 2022 being consistent. The goal is to be present and have faith, out with the old, in with the new. This is definitely where I'm headed. And that's pretty much it. I did a little December highlight there. That's really it. The rest of my professional and or school planner, I decorated it however I wanted, because school was over. Work, was just doing work. I stickered and washi the crap out of it. And then towards the end, I didn't do anything for this week, so been a little bit on the busy side. But anyway, that is where we ended things. Yeah. Oh, see, like I said, this is all out of order. This is what I use. I started. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This is important. So this is the teacher layout. Instead of using it for catch-all, I decided to do it just for health stuff. So I did vitals, trackers, wrote down food, steps, and then this is where I would put down that I read or write, anything to nourish my soul or my spirit. And I like this. In fact, I'm doing a similar setting for this, for my next planner. So this actually was working pretty well for me. Once again, washi and stickered the heck out of it. Don't care, because it's mine. It's, as long as it's functional and I like it, that's the way it is. Didn't do any planning for this week on here because I was more concentrated on wanting to get into the next one. So yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's the end of that. So 2021 is a wrap. And I'm going to do a whole separate video on my new planner setup. So if you watched this far, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I post. I'm going to start making things a little bit more consistent now that the holidays are getting over with. Looking forward to expanding more content into this channel. And that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. See you soon.